my room and the lights are off. You're the only one that shows up in my thoughts, but that's not all.
What's up, y'all? It is your girl, Tiffany Deni. We are on the Tiffany Deni Show with Family Flavors, The Slide. I know we are usually on Wednesdays. Today we had to do a Thursday show, and I'm excited because, I don't know, it feels closer to the weekend. It feels a little looser and all that other good jazz. So I'm excited to be here today. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot going on. We have our special guest, Jemond G, today. I am so excited to talk to him today. So I am excited for this show. We have a lot going on. You know, I'm already going to start with what we got going on in the city and in our community. We have a backpack giveaway going on right now. So please make sure to hit us up at Family Flavors The Slide. You can always hit me up, Tiffany Deni, if you need any information about that, or if you are still needing a backpack. We are getting close to that last round of kids going back to school out here in Colorado. I know, like, my East Coasters and Southerners, they're more Labor Day people, but out here we start when it's still summer, which is cool because I like getting out in May. Also, we have a town hall meeting September 18th. It is our second town hall meeting, and I'm excited about this town hall meeting. We're having it right during an election year. It is primaries coming up in November. I'm getting ready to talk to some of the candidates. We're talking to some of the people out here in the community, some of the people who represent us. So you know I am excited for this. We have about 6 to 10 numbers of guests coming through, and I get to host that, so I am super excited. You know, I'm going to ask questions that y'all want to know, and you guys can always submit questions or let us know your questions at Family Flavors. You can always call the station 719-300-7936 and get your questions in for that, and also get any information that you need about the backpack giveaway. So the town hall meeting, we have that on September 18th right here at the Family Flavor Station. I'm going to be hosting it. It's going to be super exciting, and it's going to be super important because you guys know how I feel about making sure that you know what's happening with the people who represent you. We are getting closer and closer and closer to the elections. So I definitely want to make sure that you guys know who's speaking for you and who's out here in this community working hard for you to make sure that you can have the things that you need to continue to survive out here, especially because we have a recession happening and we have an inflation happening. They actually just published a study that said that for the first time ever in the country, it's actually just as cheap to eat out as it is to get groceries because of the inflation. So definitely come and tune into this town hall meeting because it's definitely going to be informative, and it's going to help you know what's happening with the people who speak for you and on your behalf. Also, on October 23rd, we have Hopeless Not Homeless, and that is going to be our way to collaborate with the shelters and the restaurants and the advocates and really get us out here to help the people in these communities who are shelter deficient. To say, you know, we're all, like I say, one bad choice away from being homeless or from being locked up. So we definitely want to make sure that we tune in for Homeless Not Hopeless. We probably will be streaming that live as well, and I'll have some video footage of that. But more importantly, I need you to come out. And you're going to be coming out to Dorchester Park. It's going to be right there on South Nevada in Las Vegas, and it's on October 23rd at 6 p.m. We're going to be out here giving away clothes, making sure we got hygiene products, haircuts, and also if you need to do any donations, if you have things to donate, any of those things I named, clothing, all that good stuff, then please make sure that you hit me up, Tiffany Deni, or you can hit up Family Flavors The Slide on any of their social media, as well as give us a call at 719-300-7936. So, Hopeless and Not Homeless, Volume 7, is at Dorchester Park, October 23rd. So you want to make sure you tune in to that because that's what we have going on. And then other things that we have going on in the city in general, we still have the free bus rides that are happening right here in the city, and they'll be going on through the end of the month. That is them trying to push the initiative for clean air and also try to push the initiative to try to get a little bit more involvement into the public transportation system. If you are in Colorado Springs, you understand that our public transportation system is not the strongest it could be. So if you are looking for work, if you're looking for anything, then you definitely want to go ahead and take advantage of those free rides. Speaking of looking for work, the bus districts in the school, or the school districts bus systems are still looking for people, and they are still offering incentives, y'all. These districts are offering $1,000, $2,000, you know, just to sign on as a bus driver. So District 20, District 11, and District 49 are all looking for bus drivers right now. And then we got on to culture news, which is my favorite topic. So we got through the community news, we got culture news coming up. So the big thing, well, I'm going to say the big thing, but it kind of is the big thing. Today we celebrate, or not today, but this week we're celebrating the birthday of Kobe Bryant, and also celebrating today in general the death day of the beautiful Princess Aaliyah. So most of the music I'll be playing today is going to be Aaliyah or boy bands, and I'll tell you guys why later. Aaliyah died today in 2001. Whew, child, it's been 21 years. That's crazy. And Kobe Bryant, today would be his 44th birthday. And the reason I bring him up in particular is because the city of Los Angeles has to pay out his widow, Vanessa Bryant, $16 million for just not minding their business. That's literally all they're paying her for. They took pictures of the crash, they took pictures of the site, and they took pictures of everything when Kobe died, and they proceeded to text them. And there are people in these people's families that found out through the media and through news and through everything else besides an actual personal and formal phone call or formal thing. So Vanessa Bryant, who I don't know if y'all saw the picture, she showed up to court like a girl boss with Monica and Sierra on her arm, but either way, you know, she sued them for that because that's rude. That's disrespectful. You know, at the end of the day, you still have somebody out here who is making a point to respect the legacy of her husband, and to do things like that that are disrespectful to her and her husband, and to take pictures and to publish them and to send them is ridiculously disrespectful. So you definitely want to be mindful when you do these things. So I definitely shun the LAPD for this. I shun Los Angeles County for this, for letting this happen. I get who he was. I get that Kobe Bryant was that dude, especially in LA. I understand and I respect it. However, you definitely want to still show respect. That's still a human. He still had a family, and there were 9 other people on that plane who were humans and had families. So taking pictures, sending texts, all those things is disrespectful. So you definitely want to be cautious and aware when you think of people like that. He was a celebrity, but he was still a human, and he still had children. So shout out to Vanessa Bryant for getting that $16 million. And the last thing I'm going to bring up before we go to break is my favorite female rapper, Missy Elliott, just posed a question on Twitter, which is one of the questions that I pose often, and that is there a difference between a hit and a classic, and what is that difference? I love this question. This is one of my favorite questions, and it is an amazing question. And the question basically poses like classics or hits, and the thing is that they're not the same. They're not the same because classics are timeless, and classics are something that you can still go to. They're still amazing. They're still things like My Girl by The Temptations, I think might be one of the oldest classics in R&B history, because that's one that you don't even know how you remember it. You don't know how you got to it. You don't know even where it came from, nothing. You just know that you know that song, My Girl by The Temptations. You know, there's just certain songs that are just classics. They just resonate. They hit different. Outstanding by, I don't want to say Charlie Wilson, I want to show respect, by the Gap Band. There we go. Classics. You know, there are certain songs that are classics. They just resonate and they hit different. And then there are certain songs that are hits. They smash for the moment. Respectfully, I think Chris Brown is the king of having hits, but like no classics. Well, let me show respect. He has classics. Because, yo, excuse me, Miss Poppin', those are classics. But Bobby Brown, another person who has a lot of hits, but he only has like 1 or 2 classics. You can have hits all day. Rihanna has a lot of hits. She only got about 5 classics in conjunction to like the 30 singles she dropped. It's just a matter of hits are fun at the moment, and they reside at the moment, but they don't last the test of time. They don't just give, like, you don't get that same feeling, that same warmth. And classics are classic songs. They are called classics for a reason. We call it classical music for a reason. Classical music is, 400, 500 years ago? Beethoven was 1800s. I think Mozart was 1700s. It's classic because it resonates and it still speaks to you. So when it comes to my culture in particular, I definitely love that question of hits versus classics because it's important. It's very important to understand that there's a difference. And just because somebody has a lot of hits does not mean that they have a lot of classics. It's not the same. So understand that when you make music, I want people to understand that they're resonating with the fact of if they're making a hit or a classic. And that's just where we're at today. And that's going to make me excited because, like I said, today we have a fun show. I got one of my favorite people in this city, Jemond G, here, and I believe he is bringing some of his artists or one of his artists. I know we're going to have Jemond Aly here, and I definitely am interested in the up-and-comers. I'm definitely interested in what they have to think, their thoughts, their perspectives, and where we're going with this because they're the future. Where is our culture going in this future? So I am genuinely excited about that. I am excited for this show because we have just good conversation, and you know I love having conversation about my culture, with my culture, and for my culture, because that is what the Tiffany Deni Show is about. So we have a lot going on this show. We have it jam-packed. There's going to be a lot happening. We're going to have a lot of conversations with the Jemond. We're going to have a lot of conversations what we have going on with this community, what we have coming up, upcoming events, all those things. So you want to make sure you tune in, especially if you're out here in Colorado. And just remember that we have the things going on with Family Flavors, the slide. We have the backpack giveaway that's going on through the end of the month, which is only about 6 days away. So if you still need that backpack stuff, you need to hit us up because we only got about 6 more days worth of backpack equipment to give away. And you want to make sure you tune into that town hall meeting. Like I said, that town hall meeting is not only just fun to watch because I'm hosting, but it's going to be fun to watch because we're going to be talking to people of the community, of the culture, and people who are out here representing you, especially in an election year. And we do have elections coming up. It's important to know who's out here working for you. It's important to know what they stand for, and it's important to know why they are active and what they are active in. And then last but not least, we do have Homeless Not Hopeless on October 23rd. It is our 9th volume of Homeless Not Hopeless. Excuse me, and you guys know how passionate I am about these things. You know how passionate I am about reform and how passionate I am about making sure that shelter-deficient people are able to make sure that they have the resources they need to continue a productive life as best that they can. So if you need any information about Hopeless Not Homeless, you need to make sure you hit me up. If you need any information about how you can donate or help to Hopeless Not Homeless on October 23rd, please make sure you hit me up. We're out here, Family Flavors the Slide. You want to make sure you give us a call. It's going to be 719-300-7936, and we can get any questions answered for you. We get ready to go to commercial. We get ready to pay these bills, take care of these folk, make sure that we have all these sponsors taken care of and all that good stuff. So we want to make sure that you guys tune in. We're going to take a quick break real quick. When we come back, we got Jemond G, who's just joining us right here, and you know we are so excited to talk to him. And like I said, today we're going to be doing Aaliyah, we're going to be doing boy bands, and we're going to definitely be introducing some new music to the show, which I am so excited to talk about. So we're going to be right back. You can hit us up, 719-300-7936, or hit me up on any of the social media, Tiffany Deni or Deni the Godmother. We're going to be right back, y'all. And I'm sitting here with one of my favorites. I am so happy to see him. And I don't even know if you remember, sir, this is the building we met. Yeah. So this is crazy because I met this wonderful man, Mr. Jemond G, about 10 years ago in this very building. How are you doing today, sir?
Life is good. Hello. Thank you for having us on the show, having me on the show.
Sir, you know I'm too excited. Okay, you know you are one of my favorite people. You be having so much going on, so the fact that you could make time for me makes me feel like I'm loved out here. So
it's you and Oprah. That's it.
I'll take it. No, I'll go ahead and take it. Okay, so you have a lot to cover with you because you be having a lot going on. So the one topic in the city that I have not stopped talking about since it happened is y'all's second annual Juneteenth fair this year. The second annual Juneteenth celebration y'all had this year. It was crazy. Y'all outdid yourselves.
Yeah, it was fun.
I need more than that. How you feeling? She said it was fun. I was there. I know it was fun.
Yeah, fun. It was great. We first of all, I just want to say big shout out One Body ENT for putting it together. That's my man D and his wife Jen, and also Big Will and the entire committee, Shell and everybody. I want to give a big shout out to One Body because they are doing some great things in the city on the community level. Then the nightlife part of it, 719 Nightlife, is the ones that bring the entertainment and national acts and things like that. So it's a great partnership that we
So we're about to break this up. So we have Men of Influence. Men of Influence is probably one of my favorite things in the city outside of our own nonprofit with Family Flavors, of just things that are happening in this community that are silently outrageous. Like, y'all have been doing amazing things. And, you know, I just went to that year's celebration that y'all had with Big U and everything.
Right.
And just to think of everything that y'all had accomplished in this last year at all, how are you feeling about Men of Influence? And can you talk about a little bit of what Men of Influence is and what they stand for?
MOI, Men of Influence. Men of Influence are making a change, a positive change in the city. We're doing the best that we can. And I'll tell you how it started. There was a save. What is it? It's called Stop the Violence. A Stop the Violence rally at Memorial Park, and it was orchestrated by Miss Teraya McFly. Stop the Violence. So I went there, and I had some words there. Somebody asked me to speak, so that was it. But then my man DeAndre Smith, I call him Lil D. That's my boy.
The Meteor Man Smith, I know.
You better stop. He
out here bringing the gangs together.
Look,
I know.
He's listening right now. Meteor Man. No, Lil D, my man D Smith, he said that was great, but that's not enough. He said if we really want to slow down or somehow affect some of this gang violence and random shootings and people getting caught in the crossfire, he said we have to go to the top of each gang. We literally have to talk to the leaders and the shot callers and the OGs from different sets. And it was crazy. Can you imagine how slowly that started?
I wanted to ask, how'd you feel when he said this? Like, was you like, all right, let's do it? Or was you like, there's levels to this. Like, let's...
Hey, look, there's definitely levels. There's definitely levels, but, and I tell D this all the time, I think he's going to get the key to the city.
Oh, he definitely will.
Because he is on that level.
Yeah.
And he feels the same about me. He's always trying to give me props and stuff, but I got to give a big shout out to D and Will because they're making things happen also. We went to gang leaders, it was mostly D, like I said, went to gang leaders and shot callers and people who could actually make a difference. And if you could use your imagination, Crips and Bloods and different, they said, come to the same table as that guy. No, I'm not doing that. And he said, do it for me. And they said, D, I love you and everything, but no.
He does have that I love you pull, though.
Yeah,
like,
he
can pull that do it for me card if he wants to.
He'll give you a hug or something like that. Come on, do it, man.
You can't say no, yes, sir.
You can't say no to D. You can't say no to D.
Because his heart's right. It's like that with your heart's right. And he's out here really trying to make a change. You guys are out here really trying to make a change in the community. And that just can't go silence because this is different. You know, y'all are out here trying to set the example for our young princes out here. And, you know, I see Mo more than anybody.
Yeah.
And Mo definitely, shout out to Mo who's out here feeding half the kids
Big Mo
in this city and my family.
Yeah, yeah, Big Mo. He knows his way around a grill, around the stove.
I met Will for the first time at y'all's anniversary dinner.
Wow.
So it was just exciting because it's exciting to see these brothers come together, Men of Influence, and then we have Women of Impact. Now, is that tied to y'all, or is that a separate entity that just works with y'all a lot?
No, it's literally a sister company or a subsidiary group. Men of Influence was started because we brought gang leaders together initially, and it did start with gang culture, but now it's much more.
It's becoming a lot bigger than that.
Now it's community activism. It's literally a voice for the people, and that's what your show is all about. It's about the people and the culture and all of that. So Men of Influence, we are doing great things. We're blessed to have Big U, and anybody that has Google need to do their research and find out who Big U is from LA. Big U came to our 1 year anniversary. Can you believe it's been a year?
That's what I'm looking like, and I can't believe it's been a year because of so much that's happened in this year.
Right.
And this year, y'all really seemed like y'all had a plan of what y'all wanted to start getting done, and it just seemed like God was like, okay, then let's make it happen.
That's a good analogy.
It genuinely just seemed like y'all just started making it happen, and it just seemed like y'all just started knocking things out. And, you know, both of y'all are genuine men and men that I am so excited to see working in an entity like this because I'm like, they know this community, they know our people, they know these boys out here. So it's amazing to see y'all, not even the boys, because y'all have team nights just about every Friday, right, at Hillside? Is that where it's at?
All throughout the summer. It was every Friday for the most part, unless they had the scheduling conflicts or something. But it was every Friday at Hillside Community Center. We did team night, and that is exactly what it sounds like. Giving teens something else to do as an alternative.
Which is amazing.
One thing to say, don't cause trouble, don't fight, don't shoot, don't join gangs, don't do all that. It's one thing to say that, but how about providing an alternative? Yeah.
And that's amazing. And I also want to talk to you about 719 Nightlight. So we have that as well, because like I said, Jemond, we got to go through a list of the local celebrity of everything he does. Wow. So 719 Nightlife was also somebody who had a big thing to, or a company that had a lot to do with the Juneteenth celebration as well. Mm-hmm. But 719 Nightlife, who was like Case and Mario and all of that.
All of that. Everybody. Case and my man Teo from Drew Hill.
Yeah, who absolutely killed his set, by the way.
Can he sing a little bit?
Yeah, just a smidgen. Just a smidgen. And then this was also, and I'll be having Tony Exum Jr. on the show too. That was one of my first times ever hearing him playing
Tony.
live like that. And I was like, oh, he's for real. Like,
oh yeah, Tony Exum.
He's not playing with you.
Tony Exum Jr. is.
And then you done brought out the Colorado Mass Choir, and I'm like, you have the nerve to call me a celebrity child. I grew up on the Colorado Mass Choir. What are we doing?
Look,
I know this is the rebranded and the but child. So 719 Nightlife. So what do you have going on with that right now?
Big Will is one of the premier promoters. I tell him this. He's a very humble guy.
Very much so.
He's one of the best concert promoters and event promoters that I've ever met. He's really humble and he's dope though. He got the connections. That man pick up the phone and get you a celebrity on the phone. Get a celebrity at the show. He said, how many thousands we working with? You know. So no, Will is the man, and he teamed up with D and myself, and we are 719 Nightlife. And we've been bringing Mario and Bobby V and
y'all had y'all's concerts and everything else that happened. Because was it y'all who brought Troop out about a year ago? Yeah. And see, I'm a Troop girl.
The Troop.
I know. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. But you know, shout out to Steve Russell Hart, to Alan McNeil, and John, and everybody else. Big Ronnie. I'm a Troop girl.
Man, look, you know the song? Sing the song.
I got them loaded up. Which one you want me to sing? I'm not Suits. Hey.
That was funny. Yeah.
And then we want to talk about One Body. So a question I had is: there's One Body ENT, and then there's One Body in the City. Are they together?
One Body ENT is our nonprofit.
Okay,
and that's the nonprofit that we've been rolling with. It's been, I guess we're going on 10 years then. That's crazy. That means we got to do something big.
It's been 10 years?
Yeah. It looks like an overnight success.
It doesn't look like an overnight success, but I know it was 10 years.
10 years. So we got to do something big to celebrate.
A little bit.
Yeah, so we're going to bring, I don't know, Tiffany Deni, just big people, you know.
I'm just saying, for me to co-host Juneteenth with you next
There you go. Let's do it.
I'm just putting my name in the hat.
You gonna throw your name out
in
there?
The hat.
That'll be
You're
fun
to host with.
Yeah, so that's the nonprofit and that's the umbrella. So we do a whole lot of community activism and community outreach. And we are literally in these streets and we're in the neighborhoods and we're talking to people. We're helping people build ramps for their wheelchair. We're helping people move furniture. We are out here. We're doing it. We're raising money, backpack giveaways, give away turkeys at Thanksgiving time. One Body ENT is the umbrella that is the nonprofit. 719 Nightlife is the for-profit, and then we can segue into other things that we have going on.
Are we about to segue? So we're gonna segue into Jemond, the manager.
Yeah, I've been managing people, and technically,
which I actually love for you, and that's another reason. So I said I had boy bands today, and that's one of the reasons I got boy bands today, because I don't know if you remember telling me when you first met me, you told me you and your brother were in a group in high school. So today I have my Boyz II Men and my Jodeci and my All For One, and of course my Troop, because my baby boy right here reminded me that he was in a group back in the day. I am so excited to hear about you as a manager just for that reason.
First of all, big shout out to Boondock, because we did meet in this
in this building right here.
Right here, Boondock and Boondocumented. Booney Mayfield is the man who brought us together.
Yes, he is. That is my love. I love him, and shout out to his wife Janie. They are just
Janie and Cherry.
Can't
forget Cherry.
Shout out to Cherry.
Yeah, but big shout to Booney, Tony Exum, all of them. But Perfect Harmony was the name of our quartet back in the day. And we did hundreds of shows in this city, mostly for free. We didn't know nothing about it. We just love singing.
It's okay. It's a whole episode of Psych about that.
Right. Yeah. So the whole So this is a boy band show. Perfect Harmony was a quartet. We wanted to be Boyz II Men and Jodeci and Shy and Silk. We were singing them songs, man, and we got pretty good. We were the premier group around here. So I've been around the industry in that level or in that realm for a long time. Now, technically, I have a management company.
Then you should.
I've been doing it forever.
So talk to me about the management company. I have two artists here right now. Once we come back, we're going to be talking to Jemond Aly, and we're going to talk to baby girl Chazz. So talk to me.
Woo!
I'm excited.
Yeah. So I'm managing now. I have a company called Fate, F-A-T-E.
Okay.
It's for all things entertainment. You like it?
I do.
You got a little spin.
A little bit.
It roll off the tongue.
Just a smidgen.
You guys say, hey. No,
see, I took it. I was trying to go with you. There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
You got singers.
No, that's funny. Yeah, there you go. No, Fate. So I'm managing and doing some events and trying to advance the careers of these wonderfully talented artists and also myself, because it's a technical thing now. It's an LLC and all of that. A lot of things have to do with funding and have to do with donors and sponsors and support and da-da-da-da. So I had to be super legit, and I learned that after helping to put together this Juneteenth.
All right, I hear you, Mr. Jemond Matthew Knows G. So, how many artists do you have right now?
Well, technically, I have my son who is ridiculous.
Who we listened to right into this last commercial break.
Right, that was that song.
Yes, we listened to, it was Smile Now.
Cry Later.
There we go.
Yeah.
So shout out to that, and I love the sound on that. We will be talking about that when we get you up here.
Yeah, Jemond Aly is my son. He's 17 years old. He's a musical prodigy. Yeah. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, he's a prodigy. Then we have the lovely, talented Chazz.
Of course.
Chazz is an R&B singer who also helped. We wrote that song, the one I sent.
Yeah, and I'll be playing that
as well. We wrote
today.
that song together. Yeah, like she's doing her thing. Crazy enthusiasm, work ethic is off the chain. That's how I know she's about to be a millionaire. Then I need a low interest loan. No.
Levels.
You levels. Then I got a rapper named Bank Moody who's dope. He's just in a totally different lane than my R&B people here. Bank Moody is a rapper who's from Widefield. He's representing. He's killing it, creating a buzz. I got my man Exhale, who I'm talking to. We're doing we're doing some business dealings with Exhale. My man Passion, the producer, Justin. He's dope. He's part of the crew, Bank Moody, man. It's like everybody's a big family. Don't get me wrong. I will work with a whole lot of people. It's just there's only 24 hours in a day.
There is.
So I do have some
and that's
people.
a nice roster right now to have for
I got
one
people
person.
that's close to me. I cannot forget that I'm actually on the management team for Mr. Tony Exum Jr. also.
Okay, go ahead. Because Mr. Tony Exum, like I said, that's the truth right there.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk to him one-on-one.
He lets
I'm
me
so
carry
excited
his
for that. I didn't get a
saxophone.
chance to talk to him on Juneteenth, but I got to talk to Mr. Tony Exum Sr., which
Wow.
was, yeah, I know. That's how I felt too when I was talking to him.
What a wonderful guy. Yeah, he's the man. He's the man. I need his autograph.
All right, y'all. We are getting ready to break to commercial. You know, we got to feed the table. We got to feed family flavors, and we got to take care of these sponsors. We're going to play a couple songs, and then we're going to be back. You know, I'm going to play some of my boy band stuff, some of my Aaliyah stuff, since we're celebrating the anniversary of the death of Baby Girl, and I'm definitely going to be throwing in my Chazz song, and I got one more Jemond Aly song to throw in, so I'm excited. We're going to keep Mr. Jemond G here. We're going to bring on Chazz, and we're going to bring on Ali, and we're going to just have a good conversation. So y'all give me a second, give us about 7-10 minutes, and we're going to be right back, y'all. It's your girl, Tiffany Deni. It's the Tiffany Deni Show. You can reach us on 719-300-7936. We'll be right back, y'all.
And ugly that comes with that, we love music. And we love to make people feel good with the music or whatever. So I feel exactly like that. I think everybody at this table can agree.
Shout out to Sean Stockton, by the way.
Sean
He's one of my favorite falsettos in R&B groups.
He's so
He's
good.
right. He's right. It's him and Alec McNeil with boy group falsettos, but that's another
Tell
conversation.
Sean we need to do a song together.
Sean, we need you to just come out to Colorado Springs, and we can just take it from there. We got 3 different people here
Right.
of collaboration.
We
So,
Yeah.
Chazz, what are your inspirations? Who's inspired you as far as what you're trying to develop into as an artist?
Some of my big inspirations would be like Mary J. Blige,
Great
Brandy, Kehlani. I just love everything about her story. I'm about to go to her concert here.
Kehlani girl, I love her.
Yes. I just love, just all about good vibes, you know what I'm saying? Not judging folks or anything like that, just having a good time and vibing out. So those ladies really helped develop me as a singer, though, because the ranges on these women is crazy. It makes me think, like, I wish I came up with some of these things first,
Nah, girl, because you have to come up with what you need to come up with now so somebody can look at you in 20 years instead of they wish that you came up with something first. And now, how about you, baby? What's inspiring you besides this human right here? We're going to cut him out for a second.
Right.
Well, for singing, it would definitely have to be, people like Chris Brown, Frank Ocean, one of my favorite artists of all time. And, you got, what's her name? Jasmine Sullivan.
I
One of
do
my
love
favorite.
Jasmine
Wow.
Sullivan.
Her
Yeah.
concert was amazing, too.
Which I'm mad I missed it. You know what I'm saying? And you got
Life-changing.
honestly, like growing
It's
up.
okay, 7199. Like, we working on that.
Yeah, we working on that.
But no, like growing up in church, you got people like Tone, Smokey Norfolk.
Jeez.
You know what I'm saying? People
Smokey's
like that.
another great.
Really, I aspire to, sound like that. You know what I'm saying? Incorporate elements from gospel into my music.
So you mentioned that you have different roles here as an artist. You're an engineer, you're a producer, you're a singer, you play the instruments. What one is your favorite?
Honestly, probably if I had to rank it, I'd probably say producing, singing before anything. Drumming just for the fun of it. Piano, that plays a part in producing as well, because a lot of my tracks
The creativeness of it all.
Yeah, so definitely.
Yeah, but he violates a drum set. I mean, he's way better than me now. Yeah, seriously. Like, he's nasty on the drum set.
That's important. And the thing is, I love drummers. So shout out to the drummers, because when they're not in my house, they are absolutely amazing. It is great. It's just when you're in your house, we were just talking about this today, people learning instruments is just a lot. When
People learning,
yeah, people learning.
Yes.
A good piano person who's not learning, who's just playing is soothing, but if we're still on chopsticks level.
I think all of our parents feel like that.
Right.
I didn't understand that.
The
Me too. I'm a
saxophone,
clarinetter
everything.
too. So yeah, I was like, at the time, I
Yeah.
thought it was cute. And now that I'm older, I'm like, y'all really had to sit here
Right.
for like 2 hours and listen to me off key
Right.
Your 30 minutes almost up.
and do everything else. So Chazz, let's go back to you, baby girl. So with this project coming up, how many songs are we at right now?
Well, everything's a mystery. I'm keeping it very close to the public right now. But hey, just know I'm working on things, and I just want to give you music that you're gonna feel.
Are you gonna give me a track when you drop one so that I can play it?
Well, of course.
I would love that. Then I'll deal with the
Is that a
mystery.
question?
And then you're dealing. And then I have 2 projects for you. Are you working on your album as well?
Yeah, I'm working on my album and a few singles before I release it.
Go ahead, boy. Look at you trying to stir it up. I see you.
Always.
All right. So then, what do we have going on other than the albums with you two? Are we booking anything? We have shows coming up anytime soon?
Yeah, we never stop. This train never stops.
That's why I'm asking. That's why you're here.
Yeah, so we don't have dates that we're advertising right now. What we're doing is setting up. I guess you would call it a promo tour.
That's all I need to
yeah,
hear, baby.
there you
You know,
go.
I already trust you. You gonna let me know what's going on. So it ain't nothing here I'm worried about. I'm excited for y'all now.
I can give you
Are
one
y'all?
spoiler.
Let's
I can give you one spoiler. Okay, one of the tracks on Chazz's project will be co-produced by Booney Mayfield.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
He told me that on purpose.
Yeah.
He know he told me that
I'm
on
gonna throw that
purpose.
out there.
That's one of my people. So he
Okay.
know he told me that on purpose because Booney is a
Mhm.
great guy and he's a great producer. And Baby Boy really just be out here minding his business and doing his thing. So I know that's gonna probably be more. It's gonna be more mellow. I feel like that's gonna be more because he's more in his mellow lane. But then sometimes he gets his rock on. So then you two should collaborate. Now that I think
It's gonna
about
be,
it.
yeah, we will.
Because both of y'all get on y'all's rock stuff. Both of y'all are producers, so we got to get them two together. Because you want to talk about magic that
Oh,
might
we
happen.
already did. Yeah.
We got y'all together already.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
ready.
he's like, I can't look too
I
many
can't
cats
look
out
too
the
much.
bag.
You can't. I'm not gonna dig too much, but I'm excited.
I spoke to Boondock, man. He said,
I'm
he
excited.
said he's down with helping out with what I'm doing.
Oh, and he's such a great person.
He's a great
and he's a
person.
great producer, and he
Yes.
actually likes instruments.
He's unbelievable.
Which is something that in this day and age isn't
Right.
always required of our producers. So I love a producer who actually loves
instruments. Yes.
It sounds crazy, it sounds simple, but that's what it is. Either way, y'all, we're going to hit a commercial. When we come back, I'm going to still talk to the 3 of y'all real quick, and we definitely going to figure out what else y'all have going on. We're going to make sure that we make sure people know how to get in touch with y'all, how to make sure they get to your music and all that other stuff. But you know, we got bills to pay, we got people to take care of, and we got to make sure everything is good. I have Mr. Jemond G here, Mr. Jemond Aly out here, Miss Chazz out here, and yeah, I'm so excited. I'm having so much fun talking to them and learning what projects they come up, because you know, we just talked about the difference between hits and classics. So I love talking to what's going on in the future of how y'all gonna take this generation of music. So y'all give us a second for this commercial. Y'all know I got my Aaliyah, I got my boy bands, and you know I got one more song that we gonna cue up today by Mr. Jemond Aly. We're gonna be right back. It's Tiffany Deni. It's the Tiffany Deni Show. 719-300-7936. We're gonna be right back. Hey y'all, welcome back. It is your girl Tiffany Deni. It is the Tiffany Deni Show. We are here with Family Flavors of Slide. We just listened to Slide Through. It is by our young man who is sitting here in the front, Mr. Jemond Aly. I also have Miss Chazz here. I have Mr. Jemond G out here. So we have the whole, well, not the whole clip, because how I'm hearing Jemond G has been rolling deep lately. So I have about, it seems like maybe 120 seconds of who's all rolling with Jemond. But shout out to him. So we just listened to the song Slide Through. So how are you feeling about that song? Where did that one come from? And you produced that, correct?
Yeah, I produced that.
So is that just you just hanging around by yourself and being like, I'm gonna just get to my music bag, or you know, because that's a nice little song. Go ahead, it's a little R&B bag.
See, like, this is kind of a secret, but like, there's a show called Atlanta,
Mhm.
and there's a scene. You know that? You remember that scene with the girl playing the guitar, like doing the Paperboy remix?
Yeah, I
kinda
forgot about that.
Yeah, I kind of got inspired by that. I was like, you know, let me flip that and make my own little song out of it. So,
And you did. I like that track though. I really do like that track. So we definitely gotta make sure that when y'all get this tour going, y'all, you put that on that that playlist. So I'm looking at your shirt right now. You got DMX on your shirt. So why were we picking the Big X today? I don't even know why I asked why he's DMX. It shouldn't be a why he's X. He's for the culture. Right. He is pretty much, him and Snoop are like our unofficial secular pastors, if there was a position.
There you go. Yeah. I like that.
So, but what made you pick the X shirt today? Because I'm sure you probably have a whole list of shirts that you could have chose from on this appearance.
Well, I just want to represent X, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he's one of my favorite rappers. You know, he's in that same era of, you know, Method Man, Redman, Biggie, like all those, you know, and I'm really big on hip hop too. But like, you know.
So why don't you rap?
I do rap, actually.
You didn't add that to the list?
I didn't add it.
We had a whole list of stuff that he does, and we named about 5 things so far, so we also got bars on here as well.
River dance, lion taming. No, I'm joking.
One second. Family favorites and slide. This is Tiffany.
Yes, hi, Tiffany. Someone here got a message for Chazz.
There we go. Oh, for Chazz. What's up going on? We got Chazz here.
Here, go ahead. Say what you got to say. Hey, Mommy.
Hi, baby.
Oh, the baby called him.
Hi, baby. Can you sing Take It Back?
But you do? No, you can't ask her that.
She sings the song all around the house all day.
And Chazz, how old is your baby?
She's 3. I got 2.
Oh, you got 2 girls?
3
Shout out to that. Now, how are you finding the balance as a mother?
Well, I started working from home, and now bye, baby. It does create a good work-life balance, just because I get to see my babies more. I am a very invested mom. So, and my husband, with his job, my kids can always go like anywhere with me. So when we do our tour or whatnot, like, I don't feel so bad about, you know, getting to the bag, because mommy's still being mommy, you know, at the end of the day. So I think it's very balanced.
Okay, so do you have like one girl who like doesn't care and one girl who wants to be just like you, or do they both want to be just like you? Because usually it seems to be like a balance of like one kid who wants to do the opposite. Right. And then
I think right now it's kind of hard to tell, because my youngest, she's very mean, but she is like me. But I'm like, well, how she get to be so mean? But she's a Taurus, so
you know, so she's truthful with her feelings.
So I guess. But she's the rebellious one, and then the one who just called, she's my singer. She sings Take It Back Around the House all the time, as if I don't know how to sing it.
Right, she tells you it
goes like this, Mom. That's my baby. But no, I got a good support system in order to do all the things that I do. Like, my family is just always doing something for me. You know what I'm saying? But they know, they support my dreams. And that's all I could ask for. And for them, that's not asking for too much. And I love it.
We're blessed.
I love it.
I get it completely.
Yeah.
I 100%.
And I would do the same for them. Like, I would do anything for these family members of mine. Like.
Yeah, I completely get it. So you have a whole family and you're working on this album. That's why I'm looking at you at All Girl, because once I leave here today, I'm about to sit on my couch for 2 hours and watch Frazier. I have this album. I have praise team at church. I have the kids. I have their extracurricular things. I have my husband. You know what I'm saying? So
she's a superhero.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like that Superwoman song by Alicia Keys right there. Yeah.
Talking about that work ethic.
Child, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
It's crazy. You're not a Virgo, are you?
Okay. Capricorn. Big
Capricorn.
We're
close. It's the Earth. I'll take it. My mom like Capricorn, and her work ethic is ridiculous as well.
I don't stop.
Stop.
I know. And I think that's the.
I get it, because you're still hungry.
Yeah.
You're still hungry, and at the end of the day, if you're still hungry, then it's something to still go eat about.
Exactly.
So I get it.
I like that.
So I 100% get it. So back to you, Mr. Ali. So we have DMX on your shirt. You brought up Method Man. You brought up, first of all, you brought up Method Man. So I never hear that from your generation. So you really are kind of an old school hip hop head a little bit.
Yeah, it's just my wavelength. You know what I'm saying?
So who's your top 3? I'm not gonna give you a top 5. I'm gonna make you cut it down. Who's your top 3?
Right off the top, just keeping it real, this might be controversial, but I would have to say Black Thought.
Yes.
Probably Biggie.
Okay.
Me personally, probably just because I love Doom. You know?
It's okay. It's not controversial. It's not controversial. Shaq is in my top 3 of basketball players, and people don't think he's deserving of being in my top 3, but he is my top 3. So I respect him.
He's Superman.
to me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, he's Shaq. It's the big man. It's the big man.
Yeah.
So we have Jemond G. So with you, so talk to me about a couple of other artists that we have albums that we're working on right now.
Okay, a couple other artists.
A couple other artists.
Bank Moody is so dope, man.
And Bank Moody, we definitely gonna have to have him on the show soon.
Yeah, he's dope. But then my man Exhale, I met him a little bit more recently than the rest of these artists. So we just, that's my brother now, man. You know, Exhale. He big tall brother too, man.
Yes.
This man, right? And
Montel Jordan was tall too.
yeah, exactly. So
It's possible.
Exhale records all his stuff. He's so self-contained. He don't need me. I kept telling him, "You don't need me." He said, "Oh, yes, I do." I said, "No, you don't." And we argued.
You the king of Colorado Springs. Of course, we need you.
Man, look, Exhale is very. Thank you for the compliment. Exhale is very self-contained, and he's dope.
Exhale is a rapper.
He's a rapper from Arizona.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he won some awards out there in AZ.
Okay.
But he doesn't know really a lot of people out here. So I said, well, I guess you met the right person.
We spread out.
Yeah, we here.
We here, but we spread out, child.
Right.
But the thing about Colorado Springs in particular is that if you don't know the person, if you want us and you don't know them, then you know somebody who know them. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Colorado Springs is like, it's a big city. It's 600,000 people out here, but if you black, you feel like it's about 11 of us.
There you go.
So.
And again, my man Tony Exum Jr., man, a big congratulations to him again. He signed a record deal to BSC Recordings.
I'm proud of him.
Out of New
And then
York.
Tony Exum Jr. just made it to the charts, right? Didn't he?
He's so dope, man.
Yeah, because he's on jazz, and that sax ain't no joke.
And I'm glad you said that. He's the truth
Ridiculous.
with the saxophone. But I'm glad you said that too, because the different artists that I'm working with, I have a different array of musical lanes, if you will.
It seems that way.
Tony Exum Jr. is on the smooth jazz, and
I'm a jazz girl.
Yeah.
It took a minute though. I understand why jazz is grown folk now.
are you because you're grown now?
Because I'm grown now. I didn't get it,
it.
but now that I'm a little older, I'm like, I get it.
Right.
That Miles Davis on a rainy day do hit a little
It hit
different.
different.
Hey, and them old ladies got money. No, I'm joking. Look, Tony know what he doing.
I mean, he not going to road shows. Like,
He like, come on, man.
but he gonna play his little heart out till his cheeks get red, and that's what matters.
Listen, Tony is a man, but again, he's doing jazz, and then Chazz is R&B and feel good music. Period.
Which I love.
My son Jemond Aly is dabbling in indie rock.
It sounds like Mr. Ali is just
man.
down dabbling in his artistry.
Yeah, and his artistry completely.
It sounds like you were just completely dabbling in your artistry, which is amazing. So it sounds like you're just still trying to find your sounds and ways because you're a full-blown, full-around artist, and it's not that easy.
Right.
Like, I take the Prodigy version of it, but baby, I know it's not that easy because
No.
you know you're still in high school, as we talked about. So the fact that you're already on this lane is crazy. But I could only imagine how many sounds that you're exposed to, what it's going to come down to when it's just the Ali sound.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say because I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, he's inspired by Tony Exum Jr. and by Bank Moody and by Chazz and by some gospel people and Steve Frazier. Let's not leave him out.
Okay.
Steve
Shout out to
Frazier.
Steve Frazier.
Yeah, Steve Frazier is our secret weapon. And he actually did some
Backgrounds don't take it back.
vocal production on Chazz's song. Yeah, so Steve Frazier is a drummer slash singer or singer slash drummer, however you want to look at him. And he's super dope, but I was gonna say Little G. That's my son. But his artist name is Jemond Ali.
He's an artist now. He's
Jemond
not just your baby no more.
Right, there you go.
He's our baby now.
He's
Yeah,
Colorado's
you're
baby.
sharing him now.
I gotta share him with the world. But Jemond Ali got musical influences from literally every genre you can think of. So it's not just one dimensional with him. He's got layers to it.
And it's like that with anybody who wants to get into that producing field. It's like that if you want to do any of that behind the scenes music work, then you can't just.
Right.
You gotta
And I had Kraft on the show, Jordan
Kraft,
Kraft.
I would listen to that show.
Yeah, and even he was talking to me about all the different genres as he's growing as a DJ that
Right.
he's starting to play and that he's starting to get into. So anytime you're in your artistry, you find your sound, but it's a journey.
Yeah, and speaking of artistry, I am producing, like Bank Moody is one of my artists. He's got some vulgar stuff sometime too. You know what I'm saying? So no, I can't invite him to church events and daycares. I can't invite him
There's
to
an audience
bar
for
mitzvahs
everybody.
and stuff like that.
Right.
There's
No,
an audience for everybody.
Yeah, I'm getting ready. So that's my guy. So my point is that I am so open-minded right now about working with different artists, different types of artists. Somebody trying to call me.
You're just fine. So Mr. Ali, we need to talk about where you see yourself in 10 years, and prepare because I'm asking you for that same question afterwards.
Honestly, I thought about this question a lot. You know what I'm saying? I definitely see myself excelling with music. You know, and just drastically.
What does excelling mean to you?
Well, my personal definition, just reaching all the goals. So like me, there's certain people that I want to work with. You know, there's a certain level that I want to reach.
Name two.
Yeah, definitely.
2 people that you want to work with.
Dream
Dream team
that,
people.
like,
Just
dream
2.
vibes.
I'm cutting you short today because I feel like I know your father, so I know you have hundreds of influences.
Right. Oh, yeah, definitely.
So I'm cutting you 2 people off the top of your head that you want to work with.
Honestly, Madlib.
Okay.
Definitely. And I'll probably have to go with Frank.
Okay. I like that. And then you have this, and then what else is on your list of success for the next 10 years?
Well, you know, eventually I want to get into, like, you know, not only engineering, but, you know, I want to, you know, get into directing films and stuff, like music videos.
So you want to be a
films.
full-blown in this whole entertainment world.
Definitely.
And what kind of films are you thinking to produce? Like me, I'm a comedy girl. Are you like action and dramedy? You trying to get into your whole 50 Cent power lane? What you thinking?
Yeah, honestly, you know, just things that, like, to just make you think. Some things that are still entertaining, still humorous, but also make you think. So not anything, you know, too funny to where it's a comedy or where it's labeled as a comedy. Nothing too serious where it's labeled a drama, just right in between.
Got you on
Something that
dramedy.
people can
Yeah,
relate to.
A drama.
The dramedy.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Like half the Tyler Perry movies. I got you.
Right.
And how about you, Chaz? Where are you seeing your direction going? And you know, where are you seeing...
No.
Missing home. Oh man, I see myself really just like when I think of it in my head, I see myself 2-3 albums in. Just people loving to be able to sing. I want to be able to duck into little places and just put down some runs and everything. People that I want to work with. I want to work with Babyface.
Woo!
I
That child.
I want to work with Brandy.
Yes.
You know, I just want to work with those people who can show me everything that I could do with the instrument that is my voice. You know what I'm saying? Because you may not be strong at all aspects of the industry, but you want me to sing something, I'm going to sing it for you, you know? So, I mean, like, people like PG, Poetic Genius, out of Denver, he really helps me to try and tap into my artistry, you know, like, you know, you don't want to sound like anybody else. You want to come sounding like Chaz, you know, create a name for yourself and everything. So I just really want to see myself loving what I'm doing and not taking it for granted that it's a business too. You know what I'm saying? I just want to stay loving it.
You will stay still loving it. Because
I
Jasmine
better.
Sullivan tried to bow out too.
Ooh,
And she said that she was
look,
going to
had
give up
to
when it
pull
wasn't fun,
back.
and it wasn't fun.
Right.
And she quit on us for
Right.
years.
Right.
And then she came back and gave us, what, a Grammy-nominated
God.
platinum album. You just, when God gives you something to love, you can't unlove it
Right.
just because you're mad at it.
Exactly.
So you gonna love it because you love to sing, and that's
Yeah.
all that matters. So we have 2 projects that I'm coming up with y'all. I want both of y'all back when we get these projects done, so we can talk about these projects.
Absolutely.
Is that something we have in it, and then I can get some more of your artists here?
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of their projects, it's not just me by myself. I mean, they write and produce, and I write and produce.
Child.
Big shout out to my brother JME. Big shout out to Motown. Big shout out to
Motown still with you?
Futurama. Huh?
Motown still with you?
Motown, come on,
Motown
man.
still with you?
Motown is scary, man.
Child.
Motown is scary.
Another person just like Big Jemond G, who I just was hearing because he was in his mode. He's another person who don't just play just to be playing.
Oh,
and
no.
then when you catch him, he really, the first time I heard Motown, I actually heard him on the keys.
He's
on like a New Year. It was just an after party. He's just like doing his thing, you know,
Right.
singing and stuff. And then they were like, well, Motown plays the drums, and I was like, what?
like, he play drums too?
You play drums too? Because he sings.
crazy.
He got the
Oh
keys.
my
Like,
gosh, he does it all.
I feel like nowadays you got to be able to do more than one thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it should be that way.
Yeah.
it should be
So
that
what
way.
you coming with that somebody else don't have?
Exactly.
Like, I play 17 instruments.
I feel like if you just stand out, you just
Yeah.
stand out.
There's some monsters out
Right,
here.
it
It's so
is.
much talent, man. You mentioned the C2 choir,
Yeah.
the Colorado Mass Choir revamped. But Terrell Martin, Tim Martin, it's some monsters in Denver. You know what I'm saying? Jason Martin, that whole Martin family.
Colorado in
The
general
Martins.
has a whole bunch of untapped, unspoken about talent.
Dustin
and that
Jackson.
is-
Got to give a big
Oh, yeah.
shout out
That
to
is
my
a
man,
big reason
Dustin.
why I even wanted to have this show, because this state, people don't even realize how much talent is out here. We don't realize what we have sleeping on. It's almost like basketball players in New York.
Right.
There's a
Right,
whole bunch
yeah.
of basketball players in New York who are better than some of the people in the league.
Right,
But they don't even get that attention. And sometimes, you know, especially as the city and the state continues to grow that it does, I'm like, we have some real talent out here.
Real talent out here.
And the beautiful thing about this state is that this state isn't pushed to be one sound, one look, one thing, because unfortunately, especially when it comes to people of the culture, they come from places where I feel like there are certain pressures to be a certain type of artist. I feel like there are certain pressures to be an LA artist. There are certain pressures to be a New York artist. There are certain pressures to Atlanta artists. And the beauty of this state is that it allows you to just develop your artistry and what works for you. You have to remember this is the same state that NDRE came from. You have to remember you just can just be yourself out here and just develop. It just seems so crazy because it's Colorado, and as me talks about, they don't know that we out here, but we out here, child.
Yeah. And in terms of the culture, it's like we had to create that. I'm old now.
Here you go with this old word.
So, no, but
this boy acting like he 20-year-old Maserati old.
Like, fun. So we had to create this culture. It's like there's no big record labels here, or whatever, so people have to go elsewhere for now. So people have to go elsewhere or feel like they have to go. Historically, they feel like you got to move to LA, you got to move to Atlanta, you got to move to New York. And right now, with the convenience of the internet and things being done virtually now, even through the pandemic and everything else,
the
people
pandemic really helped a lot in certain ways.
In that way, yeah, of course. It's like people were forced to kind of look at things differently and do things virtually, even collaboration. So. Let's put a label here. Let's put the industry here. Let's continue to build.
So is that a place you see you taking your label to? I mean, your management to a label?
It will eventually function as a label, but labels are very expensive.
Yes, they are.
You know, so we need some funding. Matter of fact, all the fans out there. No.
We're gonna get all y'all's information before y'all step out.
Yeah. We need some funding because the fact is we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna continue to make beautiful music and things like that, and continue to push it through your show and
I'm trying to tell you, Female Arsenio Hall. That's what I'm trying to be right now.
Yeah,
I'm here for us.
Claim it all.
Yeah, claim it because you got to have the posse go.
Yeah, I can't because I found out he had to get a shoulder replacement. Like he had to get surgery because all that woo-booing. So I gotta find something that's not that the men can do, that the girls can do. I'm gonna get there. God hasn't given it to me yet, but I know it's coming. It's coming in the dream.
It's coming. And if you need a janitor,
but it can't be a how you doing because I got kings watching my show and they can't just be how you doing. I don't like that.
We can't have
I don't like that for my kings particularly.
Right. Exactly.
I need y'all to rock with me like the girls rocked for Arsenio.
Right.
Okay, y'all. Either way, we were about to get up out of here. We just kept talking. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate all three of y'all for tuning in today.
Thank you for having us.
I'm so excited that y'all came, and I'm so excited to hear the projects that y'all have. You know I got to have y'all back on here when it's time. Yes. So I have Mr. Jemond Aly. I got Miss Chazz. I got the big celebrity of the city, Big Jemond G in the house, and and Jemond Aly, can you tell the people how they can reach you?
Yeah, I'm on every platform you can think of. You know, just search up my name, JEMOND ALY, Jemond Aly. I'm everywhere you can find me.
And then, do you have any social media that people can reach you at?
Yeah, same name, Jemond_Ali on Instagram and Twitter. All that. I don't really use Twitter though. But
that's why I asked, baby. That's why I said, where can they get you at? You tell me where they reach you best at, and I'm gonna ask you the same question.
Any socials that I'm on: Instagram, Twitter, not Facebook, but Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Tiger Chazz, so TIGERCHAZZ.
Tiger.
You can find me.
And Big Jemond.
My name is spelled JEMOND and then the letter G. Jemond G. It's almost like that movie Jumanji.
That's where we get it from, Jumanji.
But it's spelled different. JEMOND and capital G. And you can find me. I'm out there. Social media stuff.
Okay, y'all. Thank you three for stopping by the show. I'm so excited to keep things going. You guys remember that we have our backpack giveaway going on right now. I also have the town hall meeting on September 18th where we will talk to people who are running for the current election that is coming up November. I'll have Miss Regina here. I will have Miss Rachel here. I will have people of the community out here talking to us about issues that matter in our culture, and not only to our culture, but the people who are speaking for us. I will be asking them the questions that you want to know as far as how they're going to continue to speak for us and speak on our behalf out here in this community. And if there's any questions that you need to get to me, you know you can reach me at Deni the Godmother or call the station 719-300-7936. And then just remember that we got Homeless Not Hopeless. That's also coming up on October 23rd. If you guys need any information, y'all know y'all can hit me up on those same platforms. We are about to get out of here, y'all. I appreciate y'all for closing out the show with me. Thank you so much. And we got Miss Chazz's song. It's going to close us out. It's called Take Me.
Take It Back.
Take It Back. There we go, baby. We got Take It Back closing out the show today. I appreciate you, Mr. Jemond Aly, Miss Chazz, and Mr. Jemond G, but it's not spelled like the game. We're going to be back next time. You know, I'll be back next Wednesday, 7 to 9. I got Miss Melinda Joy out here, Miss MJ, she gonna be out here talking. Yes, Dr. MJ's gonna be out here next week talking to me about all of her hustles and all of her rebuilding and rebranding that made her and I the close partnership that we are today, because she has taught me a whole lot out here in the city and out here how to carry myself as a person. So she's gonna be a great person to tune into. She's definitely gonna be inspiring, and you want to make sure you tune in for that. Either way, I will see y'all next Wednesday, 7 to 9. It's Tiffany Deni, the Tiffany Deni Show on Family Flavors and Slide. We'll see you guys next week.
Take it all back.